St. Nicholas Abbey suffered a life-threatening fracture of his right front pastern on the gallops in Ballydoyle, and following that injury he came to Feathered Equine Hospital for evaluation and surgical repair.
History is made. St. Nicholas Abbey wins.
A horse that has travelled the world over and competed and succeeded at the highest level of his racing game. He's obviously a horse that can handle stressful situations, stressful environments, and come out on top. And these are the things that are going to stand to him. You know, he's a very, very tough horse. So as soon as we saw the horse, we evaluated the fracture. Myself and my colleague here in the surgery at Feathered Equine Hospital, Ger Kelly, both agreed that we needed the input of a specialist in orthopaedic fracture repair. And we immediately got in touch with a world-renowned specialist, Dr. Dean Richardson of the New Bolton Equine Centre. We're very pleased with his progress so far, and at the moment we're just beginning to reintroduce some feeding to his diet and some soft grass. You can see here that he's still on some intravenous fluids, and through which we're offering some nutrition. He's on what we call parenteral nutrition, so the majority of his dietary requirements are being received by intravenous method. The goals of the surgery are to reconstruct the bone so that immediately following surgery it can take full weight. So when you consider that in an animal that weighs 470 to 500 kilos, they have to be able to, it has to be a very substantial repair, and there isn't any room for error. You can see he's very comfortable on his injured leg. He's a very good appetite, which is very important for us following the colic surgery. So you can see here what we've done first is we've pieced the upper portions of the bone back together to preserve the fetlock joint. What we're looking for in a couple of months' time is that when he's back moving about out of the cast, that St. Nicholas Abbey will have good function of that joint. In some instances we have to go and fuse that upper joint, but it's a very high motion joint, and if we can preserve it, that's what we want to do. Because there are so many pieces to this fracture, some of them had lost their blood supply, and those pieces of bone aren't going to heal. So to compensate for that, we did what we perform a bone graft. So we took cancellous bone from his hip and placed it into the fracture. This will hopefully speed up repair and healing and overall stability of the leg and soundness for him in the future. We put this large pin through his distal cannon bone. This is the bone above the two fractures. It's a very solid piece of bone, and we put the pin in it. And the idea of the pin is that that is now incorporated into the cast he's wearing. So instead of the leg taking all the pressure, what happens is when St. Nicholas Abbey is bearing weight, the pressure is coming down through his cannon bone, his body weight is coming down through his cannon bone. It hits that pin, moves out, and connects with the cast. So effectively, the weight has been taken by the cast and not on the reconstructed bone that you see here. We have his opposite leg, his left forelimb, in a very much a support wrap, and also he's got a specialised pad on his foot to balance him up and keep him even so that he's equally weight bearing on both front feet. As one of the major complications of a major orthopaedic surgery like this and a major fracture is laminitis on the opposite leg, which can be very much life-threatening. It allows it for upwards maybe of a month to 6 weeks for the fracture repair not to have to take any pressure, and gives him the best possible chance of healing.